I feel like the only thing that's lacking us right now is that we just have to have consistently appointments on there, and we have to have closers in place. Because Kyle, I'm not gonna blame it, but like Kyle was like, yeah, he's here and there. He's closing like 20%. Like not pitch to close, but like all of the calls, not ideal. And he also had like really wrong expectations. Like one of the guys that we collected the setup fee, and then I went on onboarding call with him. He didn't know anything about the ad spend, so Kyle really knew nothing about the B2B, and that could be my fault of not properly training him. But things are going to be better now. The only thing I'm
Right.
really doing with the clients is I'm talking to them, making sure that I'm upselling them or I'm getting their payments. So I've been thinking of getting the new media buyer, the second one. He doesn't really do anything right now, so I'll probably just have him kind of like report on the daily basis to our media buyers, to our client success managers, or not client success managers, but Mahi that does the texting the leads to booking their appointments. I'm gonna get that new media buyer to make daily reports, making sure every client's getting at least one appointment every single day, or else we're gonna have to, manage some things.
Yeah,
And
so
also
that's
for
not what this is about. That's like more external stuff, like salespeople. That's a whole different thing. That's not a big issue, right? Because like even if I'm the only salesperson, I'm still gonna be closing. Like, I mean, dude, I could close like 10 people a week, right? And at that, you even just if we get two of me, then it'll be fine, okay? Because
yeah, that is
it's
true.
not that hard to close on. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the best salesman, and this isn't that hard to close on if you know about the business, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I'll just get into what this is about. Uh, this is kind of just like the issues that I've been seeing. So on a consistent basis, man, clients aren't paying, right? We've got 6, 7, 8 dudes who aren't paying. And I know most of them are profit shares, but that's
yeah,
still, at the end of the day, that's a client. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's a huge issue, man. And I think the causes of this has to do with onboarding, organization, and payment structure, which I'll get into. Um, So the goal is, I mean, dude, the goal is really just to have automated revenue, right? Like right now, I feel like we're working for revenue. Like we're texting people, sending invoices, we're like sending these fucking lists about appointments, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't go to that. I didn't go to that." Like we can't. This isn't gonna work, right? This is not gonna work. We need revenue that comes in without us even having to like think about it, right? We should go on the Stripe and see 10 new payments made every day. Okay, especially with the amount of clients we have right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. So this, your responsibility really is managing and scaling. So you shouldn't be doing all this other bullshit that, this low level stuff. You shouldn't even be doing that, right? Your skills are
Are you saying to get
better
the new
use
media
for it.
buyer to make a list of all the appointments and communicate with the client and make sure that, kind of get rid of what I'm doing right now or what you're doing right now, which is basically texting
Well, hold on.
the.
Let me show you like kind of my plan before we talk about the media buyer because I do have like a little bit of a plan. So 4 phases, I kind of use the same shit, but
Yeah.
so first is the onboarding. It all starts with onboarding, right? And this is your job, and you need to do better at this. So starting with signing, I know you've been talking a lot about offers like retainers. Okay, that's not going to work. We are only ever going to sign on appointments or profit share, depending on, some of them will choose profit share, right? But all clients must be signed on appointments, and I'll explain it in like 2 seconds. But they all must be signed on appointments. No, no end of discussion. That's it. Okay, because appointment share it's been working, right? We see that we can sign people on this appointment share or appointment offer. So why would we
On a
fix the
high rate.
only thing that's working,
Okay.
right? Now that doesn't mean we're not going to have people on a retainer. So I'll tell you what I mean by that. But as for signing, just keep the same offer. Okay, the offer we have is good. I can sign people on it, and as long as we get them in the door. As for onboarding, I mean, dude, expectations have to be set, and we need a training module. Okay, I mean, this onboarding module, it has to be watched by the client with someone from, which would probably be you. It has to be watched. Like this can't be avoided. I mean, dude, look at Cristiano. What the fuck is
Oh
like?
my god.
He might as well not even be a client. He doesn't even go to these appointments. He doesn't call them, text them, nothing. I mean, he's a ghost, right?
Yeah.
Um, all this stuff, like I said, and then something we don't have at all is payment structure, right? I mean,
How much
any
do they
big
expect to
firm,
pay us?
yeah, there's no payment expectations. There's no plan. I mean, dude, it's terrible. So those are kind of some issues. Onboarding process, man, we got to stop these Facebook holds. I know there's not much to do about it, but when you're on that call, if they can preload a debit card or something, then we
Yeah.
should do that.
Dude, I feel like it has to
It,
do with the trusting though, like, because if they're just like forwarding us like 300 or 500, they don't really trust us. We're not establishing trust. Because if they were to be like a client like Javier, where they just put on a business card, that nothing's gonna go wrong. I talked to the other agency owner. He said he never has issues with it. I mean, it could be that he just only has like 6 or 7 clients, and he's really just now starting to get a lot. But he said he doesn't have a problem with this. So it just, our clients are putting their card, a different card. They're just putting like a different card they have. So they just don't trust us. That's like kind of the issue with this, the Facebook card stuff.
okay, then we've got to tell them like on the onboarding, like, hey, we need a business card on here that isn't going to decline. No debit cards. We have to tell them no debit cards. Okay. Honestly, preloaded, that's not even a good idea now that I think about it, because it's going to run out and within a few days, and we're not going to want to text them to reload it. So we need a credit card that isn't going to deny. And we literally lose clients from this issue. I mean, dude, Kevin, I'm going to call him after this call we have, but we literally lost him because his card denied, right? If his card didn't deny, like if he put a different card on there in the first place, we would be making bank from it.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a big issue. What else do I have here? Yeah, so clients must understand this is the payment structure thing. You have to tell them this. They are going, this is how it's going to work from now on, okay? And this is just the best way. I've thought about multiple ways. This is just the best way. Clients are going to understand that they will be charged for appointments if they don't cancel them. It doesn't matter what they say, okay? If I go on there, or the success manager, which I'll tell you about, goes on there and sees that 4 appointments for the last week and none of them are canceled, right? They're all green, meaning, they're fine. They're going to be charged, and there's nothing the client can do about it. For example, like Shopify, let's say it's a big business, right? Let's say you start a subscription for an app on there, and then, you stop using it. It charges you anyways, right? You don't go to Shopify and say, hey, I wasn't using it, right? They don't give a shit because you didn't fucking cancel it. So, sorry for cussing. The client's going to go on there and they have to cancel it, right? And they have to understand that. This isn't like, we're not playing games. They're being charged for their own laziness, essentially. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because we have to keep him accountable, bro. Because Quinn, the reason he closed 3 jobs in like the first 7 appointments or 8 appointments is because he's actually fucking trying. This is his only source of leads or all that bullshit. He has no Instagram, no website, no Google business profile, barely any referrals, and he's a good guy. And he's following up with these guys. He's calling them himself. He's doing all that, and that's why he's closing. That's why he's closing these 15 projects, because he's accountable, and we're able to he's doing the process that we need every client to be doing. If we get every client to basically start fucking working hard and put in the effort, then all our clients are going to make us even more money, and they're going to make more money themselves.
Yes, exactly. And so this is the way it's going to work is you will have the lists made, like the ones that you've been having me send out. However, we're not going to send the list out automatically. Okay, what's going to happen is we're going to actually no, we will, but it's not going to be before we charge them. So what's going to happen is we're going to charge them for the appointments that are green, right? If they're red, means they're canceled. We're going to charge them just right away. They're not going to have a fucking say in that. And then we're going to send them a receipt. If they say, hey, I didn't go to this one, say, okay, well, it wasn't canceled, right? We told you in the onboarding call, you have to cancel them. Otherwise, we're going to charge you. Okay, so it's up to them. Just how it is with any other business. It's up to the client. So we got to capitalize off their laziness. That's going to hold them accountable. Obviously all this, Christian didn't even know.
Everything that we kind of have to start right now is making training modules and all this shit that I was going to do, but I have kind of been putting it off because I haven't been in the right location, but now I am. So Need to make those training modules, like, because some of our
That's
clients
fine.
don't know how to cancel these appointments, and that's just my fault. I haven't told them how. I haven't really onboarded them and told them how to use everything properly. So if there was a training, like a course, like a library, which I'm doing right now, it's basically going to educate our clients how to use the system themselves. Like, we don't have to tell them how to use it, but they use it themselves. And yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. The training module that you just talked about, like I said on the previous slide, it has to be shown while somebody from the company's present. Okay, because they're not going to pay attention if otherwise. They have to watch it with you on the call. Okay, on onboarding, or maybe you can do a separate call,
The
whatever
thing
you
is, it'll
want. It
waste
has
my
to be watched.
time, but I can do you kind of mean like I can show them and kind of make sure they watch it, like the
Just make sure they watch it. Just make sure they watch it.
It's like, bro, if I watch it, it's gonna be long. It's not gonna be like short. So.
Okay, well, whatever way, that's just the way I thought of getting them to watch it. But if there's a way to ensure they watch it, sure, but they have to.
Okay.
These are like some of this shit.
How about we just put on
like
the
calling the leads.
How about we just put on the contract? They have to watch the course library, where they owe us a penalty.
Find on profit share, right? All right. Okay, here we go. So if they're on appointment model, then we need a client success manager to observe them. Okay, because we can't. You're not going to observe them. It's a waste of time. And they're going to observe them. They're going to see if they act. If they're like Evan, and by that I mean, we try to charge them, and they're like, oh, I didn't go. This is stupid. I didn't go to this. I didn't go to this. I didn't. They're not letting you charge them, right? They're being really difficult. If they're like Evan, then you convert them to monthly retainer. Okay, just within the first 2 weeks, or after the first 2 weeks, and this monthly retainer is going to be at least $1,000. If they're like Guy, right, the one guy I signed,
He's like, okay.
I send him the list, I charge him, and he said sure, right?
Yeah.
Then you keep him on appointments, and there's really only two roads you can go down. If they're a profit share, after those first 2 weeks, if they don't close a job, right? If they say, oh, I haven't closed anything yet, within 2 weeks, then we convert them to appointments. No questions asked. Okay. Because we're not dealing with all of this bullshit that we've been dealing with Huss, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So this is how it's going to be. 2 weeks. And we're going to have a guy for hire that's going to do this. It's going to be an easy job, but it's just going to take time. And that's why we need to hire somebody. So CSM, this is the client success manager, and we're gonna have to hire someone who you trust, kind of. His main job.
Contracts that say if they mess with us, then they owe $100K.
Okay, cool. So the client success manager, this is his job. Okay, he is going to ensure, his job is to make sure that clients generate at least $1,000 a month, right? And that number can be changed. That's just what I put down right now. But the way this client success manager is getting paid is each month for each client that gets $1,000 a month, he's going to get paid a flat rate, right? So if someone doesn't reach that threshold, and I'll be verifying this, that he's reporting the information correctly. If he doesn't reach it, then he doesn't get paid. So it motivates him in itself to do his job and ensure that they get the $1,000, right?
Yeah.
So that's his job, and then you can increase this to, I don't know, I don't care what this is, but it just has to be a number that we need, right?
Yeah. Right now it's like some are not. Okay.
So if it's found that a client's not generating their mark, right, then the CSM is not paid out their fee for that client. Now, this is what I said before. Clients must understand that they will be charged for appointments if they don't cancel, like Shopify subscriptions. I explained that. Phase 4. So now the 2 week period's done, right? Now every client should be in their best, payment model. They should be after the first month. Okay, whether it be profit share, appointment, or the retainer. So yeah, after those 30, 60 days, that's when you're going to come in asking for a testimonial, and no more giving him free appointments. Okay, because it's too much money. We're just going to give him $100 ad credit. It sounds better, because the appointments right? And it's
Yeah.
just not worth it.
Okay.
I don't know, what was I trying to say here? Oh yeah,
Just like
also like
upsells.
upsells that you could do. You got that in the bag. I don't think I don't really have anything to say on that. But yeah, so this is the CSM's roles, all kind of summarized, and you can read it. But this is, we're gonna need this if this is gonna go any further. So basically, they're gonna be communicating with all clients through the starred list I saw you were using. Right, that's pretty useful. So they're just gonna use starred list on Go High Level. They're going to do bi-weekly checkups, performance checkups on clients through text, right? They are responsible for the 2-week monitoring period. Let's say someone needs to be converted, right? Let's say the CSM sees that someone hasn't converted a job in 2 weeks on profit share. They're responsible for then communicating to you saying, hey, Niv,
Yeah.
I've been watching this guy. He's not doing good. Convert him to appointments ASAP, right? So he's going to funnel that information to you. The $1,000, I already told you about that. So he's going to be basically reporting the information on a spreadsheet, whether they're generating 1,000 or not. And then you're going to look at the spreadsheet at the end of the month and pay him based on what he says.
Okay, what do you think
Now
the
you can
flat rate
say,
should be for that?
Oh, because it's Thursday.
what do I think the what?
What do you think the flat rate should be? Because I feel like, do you
Uh,
think he would be able, like, if this is just his role solely, he would be able to, like, manage a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's not really.
Yeah, he would.
Because
He would, exactly.
Okay.
So it would have to be something quite low, I would think.
So yeah, if we do like,
New York Cafe.
bro, Indian guys are
Oh,
happy
really?
with
New York
1,000 a
Cafe?
month.
New York
So
Cafe, yes.
we do like 40
The interior,
per client account they manage.
Mhm.
it's really, really.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever you're comfortable with, right? I don't. That's more a decision for you. But yeah. So basically,
Europe.
obviously this guy could lie on the spreadsheet and say, "Oh yeah, everyone's meeting their mark," but that's not going to happen because I'm going to be on that guy's ass, right? I'm going to be on the spreadsheet every week, seeing if it's correct.
Okay,
So,
got you. Yeah, I have to get off right now, but is there like anything else I should know? Or
no. Basically, this guy's just going to have eyes on all clients. Me and you aren't going to be able to catch all errors like we have been.
Would he be just basically texting the clients back if they have questions?
That, but also performance checkup. So it's going to be like, hey, Cristiano,
Okay.
how's it going? Have you closed jobs? He's going to figure out, if they've closed a job in the first 2 weeks, he's going to make sure that they're being charged. Basically do everything so that all I'm doing is closing and all you're doing is scaling.
Okay, I gotta go, man. Got it.